Ooh, that had to hurt. Alright, we are halfway through Born Again. Yeah, I love this show so much. I don't know about you, but aside from Loki and the WandaVision, Agatha, and then soon to be Vision Quest series, this is my favorite show. It was established on Netflix. I loved it then too. Daredevil is pretty much one of my favorite MCU characters. I mean, yeah, I love Iron Man and I love Deadpool. It's really more like how I loved how they were portrayed by Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Reynolds. The quick, smart comments and stuff like that. But Daredevil, his fighting style, the way he's a grounded hero, and also, the shared faith, I'm Catholic, He's probably a better Catholic than I am, let's be honest about that. But shared faith, gives me a little more, interest in the character. Alright. I have to say it. The political environment in Born Again is kind of similar to the environment that we live in now. There's an unconventional politician in power, and there's a pretty big division between supporters and non-supporters. I promise you, that's as political as this vlog is going to get. I'm not into that kind of stuff. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Even as mayor of New York, Wilton Fisk is still Wilton Fisk. The people of New York, think of him still as Kingpin. And he still has his tendencies. He's still kind of uncomfortable with doing, all the other stuff that comes with, being mayor, meet and greets and whatnot, and all of the visits that you have to do to schools and stuff. But let's be honest, he's still the Kingpin. He threatened to expose the chief of police's love child, I guess. He's got Vanessa's lover locked up in a dungeon somewhere, or in the basement somewhere. He's still very, very much Kingpin. He's kind of living this double life, which makes this mural kind of fitting, because you have one part of, Wilton Fisk that's mayor of New York trying to keep a good face, and then you got the Kingpin. So there's real stakes in this show. I mean, that's what I love about it, is you actually lose things. Matt lost Foggy in the first 20 minutes. We also lost White Tiger right after he was acquitted. And by the way, rest in peace to Kamar De Los Reyes. The action sequences have definitely been just plain awesome. I mean, you had some great ones back when the series was still on Netflix, and you have some really, really good ones in this one. Your hallway sequence, which this series is known for, all the really, really good fight choreography, and then in the second episode, maybe it was the third one. No. It was the second one, where you had Matt tracking down the witness to the trial, gets attacked by the two cops. That had to hurt. I had to play it twice, sorry. And that's just the beginning. I mean, we're only through episode 4 of the series, and I'm pretty sure there's more of that coming. I mean, Bullseye is still alive. He's still alive. So I'm pretty sure he's going to get out of prison somehow. And then there's the whole Muse thing, which I want to talk about him and his creepy self a little bit later in this video. Of course, there's Punisher, who he's gonna come out of hiding at some point. And even with the action, I mean, that's probably only maybe a third of the show so far, if that. Maybe no, less than that, because we're 4 episodes in, and there's really been only 2 sequences. I mean, the show is pretty much running like a legal drama, which I don't mind. I mean, and here's why. This is the slow burn type of series that The Acolyte was trying to be. But the difference is people are already invested in these characters. You already know about, Matt, Wilton Fisk, Foggy, even Karen. That's why this one works. And on top of that, you have some great actors delivering on this script. I mean, you have Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, John Bernthal. Here we go. Let's talk a little bit about the Muse. He's dangerous, a little bit weird, creepy. The lore on this guy is he uses the blood of his victims for his murals. That's just gross. Oh. And the rumor is that he's this guy. It makes me kind of think that, Heather is one of his targets. The writing on the show is absolutely amazing. And like I said, you have some amazing actors, just delivering, like, with all the emotion and even lack of. Two of my favorite scenes so far. Diner scene right at the beginning of the series, and then this scene where Matt goes to visit Frank.
You and your goddamn system. Christ!
And you just see the emotion that Matt has having to come to terms with, his friend, his best friend, being gone. You can tell that it did something to his psyche. And Charlie Cox is just killing it.
He was the kindest, purest soul I ever met. And guys like you and me, we could work a lifetime and never measure up to his decency.
They've made a couple of connections to the greater MCU in this series also. There was that whole acceptance speech for when Fisk won as mayor. Echo, of course, Punisher, Spider-Man. They've all been mentioned in the series, which is cool. I mean, this traffic scene on the freeway kind of reminds me of, the scene between Peter and Doc Ock in No Way Home. I mean, that hole looks like it came right out of that movie. I love this show so far. I'm excited for more. And on top of that, we've already got more seasons coming. It's gonna be good. I hope Charlie Cox is in Doomsday and, Secret Wars. I don't know. So what do you think? Tell me what you think about this series so far. If you like this video, hit that like button for me. It would be a big help, and consider subscribing to the channel. Halfway through. I can't wait to do another one of these when the show finally finishes up. Anyway, take care. We'll see you on the next one.